If you could mute your mic for me, that'd be good. If you could mute your mic
Yeah,
for
sure.
me, appreciate it. Well, Greg's with me in Zoom. And he's the only one in Zoom right now. Zoom is open running. I have the waiting room enabled just briefly. I've got something I want to show for anyone that's here. BH Ringer, Mike Paradin, John Aloy, we're in chat. Greg was a distant second. Chris Garrett is there. I think that's all I saw. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably play this again later tonight. And here we go. Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions. I know it's going over Zoom. Let me check it over here real quick. Yep, there is. Briefly heard it. There's Mike Paradin joining us. Alex Cheek is joining us. And I'd already let you know that Greg Guy would. Guess I could turn my camera on. Sorry about that. And there I am. Yes, this is what I woke up to this morning, everybody. Snow on the ground on the 12th day of November. And no, this isn't a Christmas song. Hi, Mike. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Chris. Well, Chris didn't hear you. Hi, Chris.
Hey.
Good to see everybody tonight. Did the Bulldogs win?
Yes, the Bulldogs won. You know the Bulldogs were going to win either way around.
Either way, no kidding, no matter what. Yes, Jim.
Arkansas
And,
didn't win today.
Do what?
I was just saying Arkansas didn't win today.
No, they didn't have a chance today, actually.
I don't think Alex got it.
Yes. No, he doesn't know that the Bulldogs played the Bulldogs. Yes, there was a last-minute change.
Those teams were Bulldogs, Alex. So you know Bulldogs are going to win.
That last-minute change is actually the emblem to the club that Mike belonged to. So having found that out, I went ahead and did a real quick change and put it in there.
I was basically only reason why I know that is because I was basically forced to watch the game today at camp because it was like a majority rules type of thing, and most of the people in my cabin were wanting to watch the game.
So fill us in on camp. How was camp?
Camp was good for the first time in ever that I've been going there. They actually allowed us to watch the football game. Somebody brought it. The main supervisor brought in her computer, and she was able to hook it up to the Wi-Fi and the projector, and she must have ESPN Plus or whatever, and they showed the game.
There's people that are broadcasting it on YouTube. There are people that it's probably illegal, but there's people that's streaming it on YouTube.
I don't know how she got it, but it had all the ads and everything.
Yeah, it commercials whenever it's straight. They're streaming it straight from ESPN. This game day was.
But other than that, it was cold. We was in and out from their activity building to back to our cabin, and then to the the place where they give us food and all that. We was back and forth probably a good dozen times. And every time we went out, it was burr cold. So we didn't
How was
really.
the food?
The food could have been better. I was a little disappointed. Now it may have been because I ate a prime rib before I went. I was expecting a little more than what I got, but they tried. There wasn't 20 campers there. There probably wasn't 50 people there all total, staff, volunteers, and counselors and campers. It was a
I was getting
very
ready to ask how
small
many were
camp.
there.
Probably the smallest one I've ever been a part of there.
No, Jim, and yes, Jim. If you can join Zoom later on, that would be fine, and Sean will join after the stream. Just as I was pulling into the garage, he said he's still having router problems. We had it working. I don't know what happened. He said the printer is still not working, so I think he's trying to connect the printer's Wi-Fi over the Wi-Fi, and I don't know if that's what's not working or what. So we'll find out shortly. I mean, given all
We
things
had
given.
granola bar. We had granola bars, sausages, and sausage links and fruit this morning for breakfast, and then for lunch we had barbecue sandwiches, and for dinner it was chili dogs.
Did
Oh,
you
you
go to
got
camp
dinner.
just to eat?
Was it all you could eat?
Yes,
Did you put them out of
that
business?
part of it hasn't changed. They still um. And as far as when we went to eat last night, before I went, of course I got all I could eat. I got what I consider to be a deal. It came with it was prime rib. It was their weekend special, Friday to Sunday special. Came with a soup or a salad, two sides, and a dessert, all for about $30.
What'd your mom get?
Of fettuccine Alfredo.
That sounds good.
And me and her split the cookie. So it was like.
So what was the internet speed like?
Oh, I wasn't able to connect to their Wi-Fi, but I did run a speed test on my data on my phone, and I was pulling a whopping 2 down. On my data phone, but I was still able to send text messages and Facebook messages.
So were phones
So when I
actually
sent you that
allowed?
message earlier, I was sitting in there in front of the projector.
Okay, right. So were phones actually allowed, or were you sneaking in these texts?
No, I get there, and then I see this counselor has their phone. This counselor has their phone. This camper has his phone. This camper has his phone. And like they're all 10 years younger than me. So it's like Saturday morning. I keep my phone up, turned off all Friday night, and it's Saturday morning. Once I get all dressed, I pull my phone out, turn it on, keep it on silent, so it's not constantly ringing or spam, and nobody said a word. So, but there was no doing a live stream or anything like that. I didn't really want to. It was so cold. I really didn't want to fiddle with the whole tripod and trying to film stuff.
Right.
But there would have been no doing a live stream whatsoever because it was the data was so horrible. Plus, even outside. Plus, when you go inside to a metal building, it's even worse.
So it sounds like you had fun.
but yeah, but yes, like I told them, like I told the guy when we was walking to breakfast earlier, going to camp has always been the one place where I can basically forget that the internet exists and not miss it.
So when's the next one for adults only going to be? Do you know?
I talked to somebody said I asked him about it. Somebody said they may do one in December,
Okay.
but I don't know if I would go. Simply because, like you asked me earlier, there was nobody there that I knew, and if there wasn't anybody there that I knew at this one, I find it unlikely that there would be anybody that I knew at any future ones. Now I may be wrong, but that's just my assumptions. And there was three. There was a guy in our cabin called Al,
Bundy?
like Alex without the Lex,
Don't call me Al.
like AL.
Yeah.
And there was a girl in the other cabin. Her name was also Alex. It was two
Oh my
Alexes.
God.
Popular
Are you,
name.
are you sure she wasn't just identifying as an Alex?
So
I'm sorry.
Did you exchange emails or Facebook identification or anything with anybody?
No, I tried to, but when I asked if somebody, but when I asked, they I guess they knew I was just joking and carrying on, but they tried to say you trying to spy on me, you trying to hack, aren't you?
Man.
Yeah.
No, my point to them was
I'll go tomorrow and get another one then.
I realize a lot of people don't know what their don't know their addresses and don't know their phone numbers. Don't have their phone numbers and addresses memorized. And so I was just trying to see if anybody had their phone numbers and addresses memorized, because I know quite a few people that don't.
So when do you start working there?
I don't. I asked the supervisor if there's any IT openings and she said no. And so I said, what about doing like Facebook and your website and stuff? And she said,
No.
our communicate, we've already got someone in communications that does all that. So I said, I assume that means there's no opening for me. She said, yeah. And well, I said, well, if this person if this person that does it ever decides she needs an assistant, you know who to call, and I can send you my resume. I can email you my resume. And she said, yeah.
Good. Well, it sounds like you had a good time.
That's not anything really disappointing, but I knew that they didn't have any postings right now, but it's very unlikely that you'd be able to just walk in someplace after not being there for 10 years to a whole brand new set of faces, campers, counselors, and volunteers, everybody that you've never seen before.
Right.
May not see again for a whole year and ask for a job and then actually
Right.
give you.
That's true. Very true.
Didn't hurt to ask though.
But overall, you had fun, right? It was enjoyable.
Yes. The most enjoyable part to me is just getting to talk to everybody and
So
How many people were there, Alex?
less. I don't have an exact number, but there was around 16 campers and and all the staff and the volunteers. So I would say there was probably less than 50 people there.
Was there anybody from when you were there before? Anybody you
No.
recognize?
No.
No.
So the $1 million question is: this girl that was named Alex, do you have her phone number?
What do you think?
No.
No. You would be right.
How much would you give me for it? I'll give it to you.
Yes, Jim, my mic is in the right place, and I have not changed any of the.
Well, she's actually
Settings,
famous.
but-
This girl is actually this other girl named Alex that was there. She's actually famous. She's on there. If you go on the camp website and you scroll down a little ways, they actually posted a YouTube video link on their website talking specifically about her. So she's pretty famous around me.
Okay, I'm trying to adjust my volume. Zoom should have gotten considerably louder, and I don't know about if it got louder over on the stream or not yet. I'm just gonna go try to get this fixed once and for all.
Yep, you got louder.
It should have. I went in. That's why I put up the technical difficulties. I opened up the green bar to show all the identification, so I could go into settings, so I could jack it up to see if it'll go louder. I think what I want to do again at this time is I would like everyone to mute your microphones, please. And I'm going to go ahead and show the tribute to Sean's dad. For those of you that don't know, Sean's dad passed away this morning, and I did a little thing with his permission, and I'd like to show it again briefly for about 20 seconds. All right, thank you very much. And yes, there was a slight change to it. The logo that's on there now is actually the club that his dad belonged to for his model railroading. I had just gone and found one from the state of Arizona, and then when Sean and I talked, he said, "Oh wait, no, this is who he belonged to." So that's why I changed that out, in case anyone didn't notice that. Jim noticed it, by the way.
Want to hear a stupid thing? You were working on it, right? We were talking about it. I didn't realize it's the same last name. Captain Obvious here.
Yeah, yeah. He's going to join Zoom later on. He said he didn't want to join while we're streaming. So I may keep that. May keep the stream a little shorter tonight. He's having some printer issues that we need to try to figure out for him. Overall, his spirits are about where you expect him to be. So,
Where is one of the?
this morning at about 10:28 his time.
That'd be Arizona. That'd be 2 out here.
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah, 3.
About
2.
12 something our time, I think it was. So
No, isn't he the same time as Doug, or 1 hour difference?
Should be. I don't know, because the time changed and Arizona doesn't change, so I don't know if Pacific and Mountain are now on the same time or what. I haven't figured that out yet. Well, I haven't taken the time to figure it out, so that's why I haven't figured it out.
I will say one thing, and it sounds really bad. At least it's not a specific day, holiday or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's never a really good time for that to happen, and unfortunately, this is coming up on the holidays. But yeah, I talked to Sean earlier, and we'll talk later on after we're no longer.
Arizona's 2 hours behind East Coast. They're Mountain time zone now.
Okay.
They're Pacific time zone during the summer, and Mountain in the winter, spring.
Okay.
Just
So
saying.
I'll just leave him in. I'll leave him on the clock under mountain, and no matter what time of the year, mountain time, the clock should change automatically. So because it says 9:20, I believe.
Right, but see, Arizona doesn't change, so their time zone basically changes.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're in mountain for half the year and Pacific in half the year.
Yeah, they don't change.
There's Jim.
Yeah,
Hi, Jim.
I mean,
No,
but
it's Mr. KJ3N.
Yeah.
Well, it says Jim.
KJ3M, good to hear you, brother. Good to hear you, KJ3M.
Sarcasm's just enough service I offer.
That's correct. That's correct.
I don't know anything about sarcasm.
Found out. I found out when I was there this weekend that they're not doing scuba diving anymore like they used to.
Oh, he's got a new desk. Is that a new desk, Jim?
It's actually an old desk that I haven't set up in probably 20 years at least.
It looks nice. Yeah, it actually does.
So I have a question about Doug's stream today. Were you using a stream deck of sorts earlier, Jim?
No, why?
What was that little triangular box to your right during Doug's stream? Your other right. You see where your thing is on the desk right behind your that little square thing? No, your other
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Right there.
This here?
What was an iPad setting up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my iPad that was sitting on the desk.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
okay. All right.
I
I thought maybe
haven't seen an iPad. That's cool.
I thought
That's
maybe
cool.
you had a stream deck or something.
Oh God, no. No.
Well, can I talk you into one?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sophisticated enough to have one of those.
Old school. Some turntables
Well,
and a mic.
It's not even a question of old school. It's a question of I don't need to overcomplicate my setup. It works fine
Right.
for what I do, for the videos I make, for the streams that I do.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well,
We love
I
it,
just
brother.
wondered.
We love it. We
I
love it.
was
Hell
just
yeah.
wondering.
Hell yeah.
So good, Alex. I'm glad you had fun.
So, yeah, they
and you
quit
can tell us. We won't tease you. We will not tease you at all about the fact you got Alex the female's phone number. It's fine.
No, I
And
didn't.
Cindy's and Becky's and Brenda's. Oh, that's what you told me when you called a while ago. Were you just making fun? Were you Oh, that's it. You're going in the waiting room. I've been a rough day.
Bye.
Well, I found out that they don't do. And it's not because they don't want to. I found out they don't do scuba diving anymore. At least they didn't do it this past summer, and that's because the place that they used there was a scuba diving place in North Little Rock, and the actual scuba diving instructors would come down to camp and get in the pool with us and put all their gear on. Well, that place closed down.
Oh.
They're permanently closed. They closed down, or I think it was either earlier this year or earlier. I think it was like around March of this year, according to their Facebook. Probably something to do with
that would
COVID.
probably kill them.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that in the ocean doesn't exactly make it to Little Rock, Arkansas. So
they actually, I did it during the summer, week-long summer camp. They would come out to the camp and we would do it in the camp swimming pool. Well, one January weekend camp that I went to, they actually loaded us up on the bus and we went to their office, the scuba diver place, and they actually have an indoor pool there, and we were able to get in the indoor pool and do it.
How deep was the pool, Alex?
I would guess probably 6 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very basic training then. Okay. Yeah, because when we were certified, we had to get like an 18, 20-foot pool. So I was thinking, okay, it takes a super deep pool to certify. I was like, okay.
I don't remember, this had been a long time ago, but one of the counselors there today was telling me that's where he got his. He's got his scuba diving certification, and that's where he got his from. Is that place?
Yep, the various levels of scuba diving. Yeah, and it depends on where you are, country, state, that sort of thing. Yeah.
So what activities did they have this time?
Oh, this time the only activity they had 2 or 3 activities. They did bingo. Really, they did bingo. They did they had karaoke,
What'd you sing?
arts and crafts, and they had one activity that really surprised me that they don't normally do under normal circumstances, but it was because it was so cold and it was an adults only thing. They played the Arkansas LSU game on the big projector screen. And I sang, they have
Oh, you did sing? Cool.
but not a normal song. They have like a camp song.
Was it Camp?
The actual camp has their own song. And so
Camp Town Ladies sing this song. Was that the song?
no.
No. Oh, I'm trying.
My boots are too heavy, my belt's too tight, my balls are swinging from left to right. Left, right. You know the song.
It's a
You almost got me to
song.
spew my water out on that one. That was close.
Not a church camp song.
it's a
We had a
specific,
camp song.
That's
it's a
what-
specific song just for our
Boot
camp.
camp
They don't sing it anymore. They don't sing it anymore. So like basically when I sing it, there was only like 3 or 4 of us there that actually knew the song. Nobody else did. They just made me feel old all weekend.
Were you the oldest one there?
I believe there may have been a couple of the girls, or at least one of the girls, that was 30. But even though one of the
30,
girls
yeah.
may have been 30, I still think that I've got them beat as far as how long I've been going there.
Okay, now the next $1 million question. Anybody have a higher degree than you did from the college?
That question
Yes.
I can't answer.
What? What do you mean you can't answer? Oh, you're so disappointing to me tonight. I don't even know you anymore.
I can't answer. They ask, like on the registration form, they asked that you had to fill out before going.
Yeah.
They ask every other question imaginable, other than what's your education, what's your degree. All
So,
that. They didn't ask. They
did you
didn't
get-
ask any of that, but everything else.
Did you get Alex's middle name?
No, but I know her last name. Her name is Alex Roberts, and I've already looked her up on Facebook, and she doesn't have any kind of social media or Facebook or anything, so I can't
But you gave it the old college try, right?
but I'm not interested in getting her number.
Uh-huh. That's why you didn't look her up on Facebook.
Just stalking her from afar.
Exactly.
Alex, it's better to ask for a number than stalking.
Oh, that's funny.
But I was
God.
but I do know for sure I was the oldest one in my cabin, counselors included, because all the counselors were either 16 or 17.
What?
Man, I find that hard to believe.
Yeah. Oh no. Seriously?
Oh yes,
Oh, man.
they were 10 years younger than me, and that's one of the reasons why I did not want them to shower me.
Yeah, no. You want an old dude like me going, come on, man, I'll shave them balls for you. Don't worry about it.
I just I just saw BH Ringer's comment. Hello, mother. Hello, father.
Here I am at
Camp Granada.
Or this one, do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? That's another one we like.
Hey, Ken,
Yes.
the Camp Town ladies.
Sing this song, do da.
What about Swing Low, Sweet Chariot?
You saying
That's
that makes
spiritual.
me think of Chevy Chase, and I think the movie was Fletch.
Yeah, well, it's not the movie I was thinking of.
Really?
No.
I'll have to do so. Well, let me get off the air. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream anyway because Sean wants to get in here and get some things worked out. So, without further ado,
Can I say something?
Yeah, go
Hey,
ahead.
BH, I get a security certificate error on that link. If you can still hear.
Yeah, that's interesting. I looked at it in Firefox and I didn't have any issue with it at all.
I got a security certificate.
This is HTTP.
BH Ringer posted a link. Oh, by the way, I'll give the shout outs. Greg Guy was a distant second tonight. I don't know what distant second means, but congratulations, Greg. You've got the second down really good. Let's work on first now, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Chris Garrett was there. Greg Guy was there again. John Aloy Sr. was there. We're not going to see him tomorrow night because he's got to work on Monday, I'm sure. BH Ringer, thank you very much. Oh, I did find it right here. Bosscast.net. Yeah, I get your connection is not private. So.
Because Chrome will try to convert an HTTP address to HTTPS, and the site doesn't have a certificate. So
Aha.
It's giving you a warning. You can bypass it anyway.
Yeah.
Go anywhere.
Yeah.
Edge does the same thing.
Stealth Mode was there, joins us on Zoom. I think I got everybody. I've got the good night and thank you. So I'm going to hit the button that says stop streaming.